Do you want an easy, effective way to advertise and explain to your clients exactly what your products and services are? Well, today that is exactly what we are talking about. We are talking about a way to easily inform and price your services so that your client instantly understands what you're offering and how much it costs and will be easier to convert as a result of that. This is an infamous Devin Nash method called the Chinese menu. All right. So, how many times have you been at a restaurant and they have a family package? Basically, there is like a family for two, family for four, family for six with different reasonable pricing that combines their product offerings and is just simple to choose from. Okay, there's for four people. I've got four people in my party. Here's an easy thing to order. Bam, $69.99. This is all my stuff. I don't gotta like figure out all these entrees for everybody, figure out what everybody's custom needs are. I just dial that in. Bam, I'm gonna order this, and people go, great, okay, thumbs up. Easy for the restaurant to understand because they can put it on one end and then they can just cook it up. Easy for you to understand. That is the basis of the Chinese menu. Here is how it works. You've got 3 tiers. Tier number 1 is going to be low tier. Tier number 2 is going to be mid tier, and tier number 3 is going to be moonshot tier. And your goal is to describe as basic and as simple as possible within each tier what your offerings are as a product or service, okay? And you are going to put this into a neat little Google Doc, and then later, as your business grows, you're going to put it into a graphic of some kind to explain to people, okay? So we're going to start with each thing. So each one of these is going to have like little bullet points that are just going to kind of describe what is offered at this tier. And you can do this for literally any product. So let's say that we are activating like an influencer activation because a lot of y'all are creators. Okay, so at this tier, we'll do like Twitch or YouTube examples because more people are familiar with that. So at this tier, you'll do like a 15-second call out, okay? At this tier, you'll do the 15-second call out, but you'll also do a 30-second mid-roll video ad read. At this tier, you'll do like both of these ones, right? But you'll also do a custom video just made for X, right? Okay, it can be whatever you want. Now, pricing-wise, you're going to price this low, but the offer is going to be not great. So the things you put here are not going to be really what a person wants, okay? You're going to do that because you don't want people to take tier 1. You don't want people to take the lowest amount of money. So you can make this well-priced, and the psychology here, in a marketing sense, is this makes your other core offerings better, okay? So your low tier objective is to A, make the other tiers attractive, B, not have somebody select it by creating a lesser offer than the other two, and C, exist as a foundation for people to choose who don't have a lot of funding, but you still want their business. Let's talk about the mid-tier. Mid-tier is your core objective, okay? Core objective, you want people to choose this. Fair price and fair offering. And this has a combination of your best services and pricing, okay? And your like everything you basically do should be in here. All right? Moonshot tier, you are not expecting people to take this deal. If they do, though, you are offering them a unique, high time investment service. Should be insanely high priced. Okay? So people often have a low, mid, and high tier. But when I say moonshot, I mean this is like if these two are, like, for example, when we have moonshot tiers, this one might be $50,000. This one might be $150,000. And the moonshot tier will be like $1.5 to $2 million. Just to give you an idea of, like, in our agency, the range that I'm talking about here, right? So I'm not talking about like a 20% increase. I'm talking about like a 50 to 100% increase. And the idea here is that you are not going to be frustrated if people don't take on the moonshot tier. It's fine, right? Like, you don't want everybody falling into this tier. It's only the people that have the budget and are really going to go for the custom offering. people will look at the moonshot tier and they'll be like, oh, this person offers a super cool competitive service and obviously does really high quality stuff. If I just like, I don't really like this low tier package because it's like there's not like that great stuff in it. This core objective basically is like what I want, and they'll end up on here 95% of the time. So that's what you want, right? You want both of the tier 3 and tier 1 kind of just feeding into the tier 2 to get people on the core objective. Now, remember, the overarching goal here is to get people to easily understand your product and your offering and your prices. Because usually, if there is a service conversation, here's how it goes. Let's say I'm talking to a graphics designer. All right? GD. Hi, me. Hi, GD. I want to do some graphics for you. Okay, me. Okay, what are your prices? Now, here's the mistake, right? Well, I usually discuss that per job depends on XYZ. My grandma said once that I should charge $1,000, 923. Okay, I don't care. Okay, I don't have time to understand this. Goodbye. All right. That is 99% of your conversations in the service industry because you are not doing the work. You are expecting the client to do the work and to price your service. I cannot tell you how many times I have had this exact conversation. What ends up happening is, this is why it happens, okay? The service provider is actually not confident enough and hasn't spent the time to really think through what their core product should be. And so the best graphic designer is going to be a guy that this exact conversation happens. And now we're here. And they say, okay, cool. Here's an easy infographic that I designed so you can see my work of 3 possibilities of tiers, right? Possibility 1 is like 2 graphics designed for $30. This is 1 custom art for this dollar, right? And here's my portfolio for reference, okay? So in this second example, this person is taking all the decision making off of me. Nothing that you sell me and nothing that I sell you is going to be more valuable than time. Time is it. So you want to take time and decision making away from the customer, and you want to say, here are the easy ways that we can communicate and the products that we can offer. And you might say, okay, well, Devin, what about when I want to do like custom stuff? Well, okay, put that in a moonshot tier or off to the side, asterisk, available for custom stuff. This is the base price, right? It's going to cost higher than these 2 tiers, so people don't take it often. And then we'll have like a custom conversation, right? This is to take the work off of me. This is to take the work off of me, the client. I don't want to figure out your graphic design business for yourself, and I certainly don't want to start a negotiation by going in and trying to figure out what your prices ought be. That is a mess, because then I'm like, I don't know, $50, like, super uncomfortable. You'll lose like almost 100% of your customers doing this. So go back to the tiers and have a simple offering for them to price, right? You can always raise these prices later. You can always change them. You're in charge of the business. That's great. So you can always change them for different clients. So you can start very low, for example, and then as your demand increases, you can keep raising these prices. So if you're doing something like consulting, maybe you start at a lower tier, which is just I look at your business and I write up a document of some of the core changes that you should make. Key changes are like 3 to 5 things, and then we call it good. You pay me my money, we're good. Tier 2 is a mid-tier call. I get on for an hour, and I talk about your problems. We've done some research beforehand. We give you some other deliverables. Maybe tier 3 for the moonshot is like you do a custom mentorship session with me for a month. It's a flat rate of like $10K. You come in, I do X number of calls with you. I do X number of reports. We track X number, Y number of KPIs, right? Like that kind of thing, okay? And that's your tier list, right? So that means, so then when somebody approaches you for consulting, like this is it, right? If you notice, like you look at me that I do consulting, I have a very simple tier list that gets that done. I don't think I have this on hand, but if you look at my consulting, it's a super easy package. It's just, here's what it is. This is how you choose, and this is the communication. I never put that on my client. Okay, so if you are armed with this knowledge, this should help you build out a set of core product offerings, and more importantly, it also helps you understand your offering and service and what you can offer. Cool. Let me know if you have any questions. It's that simple. That is how to do the Devin Nash Chinese menu. Thank you for your time.